Sometimes, stories begin not with a grand event, but with silence. A silence that hides behind old walls, within dusty basements, beneath layers of time and memory. This is the story of Adrian, a young man whose life changed the moment he opened a door that no one had touched in decades. The discovery. It was a rainy afternoon when Adrian decided to explore his late grandfather's house, an old structure on the edge of town, untouched since the funeral. He wasn't looking for anything in particular. Maybe memories. Maybe closure. But what he found was something far more powerful. In the basement, dimly lit by a single flickering bulb, stood an old upright piano. Its wood, cracked and worn. Its keys, yellowed and uneven. On top of it, a stack of weathered papers tied with a blue ribbon, sheet music. Handwritten. Faded. Signed with initials he didn't recognize, A.M. Adrian touched a key. It responded with a ghostly note, trembling, imperfect. And yet, beautiful. He sat down. And played. What came out was not noise. It was a memory. A feeling. A story. The obsession. For weeks, Adrian returned every evening. He repaired what he could. He cleaned the dust. He played every note on those mysterious sheets. He began recording. Not in a studio, but with a simple microphone, the creaks of the old bench becoming part of the sound. Each track told a story. Of longing. Of loss. Of love. Of a time when the town had music in its bones. And then, he uploaded the album online. He titled it, From the Basement. The Transformation. At first, nothing happened. Then, one morning, the mayor called. A local news station ran a story. Radio stations began to play one of the tracks, Autumn Letters. And something incredible occurred. People started to listen. Not just with their ears, but with their hearts. The town's abandoned music hall reopened for the first time in 20 years. Young people enrolled in piano classes. Street musicians played Adrian's songs on corners. And old neighbors cried, remembering melodies they thought they had forgotten. No one knew who A.M. was. But they knew who Adrian was now. Not because he wanted fame. But because he had reminded them of something essential. That music doesn't die. It waits. The letter. One day, a letter arrived. From an old woman in another country. She wrote, Dear Adrian, A.M. was my brother. He composed those pieces during the war, when we thought we'd never hear music again. Thank you for giving his voice a second life. Adrian smiled. And wept. Because sometimes, healing begins with just a single note. Some pianos are never meant to shine under stage lights. Some songs are never written for millions to hear. But sometimes, one forgotten piano, one soul willing to listen, can change the heart of a town. So next time you hear silence, remember, it might be music, just waiting for you to find it. Thank you for joining us on this journey, where every chapter hides a voice, waiting to speak again.